Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ned Sabio. Um, this is Ned Talks. This is the first time that I'll be doing this, but I've been planning to do this for a long time. Uh, the main goal of this is just to talk about any topic under the sun and uh, share it with you guys. Um, the thing with this idea of mine is just sometimes I have a lot of ideas that I want to share with people, and I'm too lazy to write it. So just put a camera in my face and I'm gonna speak. My only policy here is that this won't be scripted whatsoever. Unless it requires some research. But in this case, I'll for this first edition I'll just be speaking about something that is really close to my heart and something that I want to talk about. I'm not the type of guy who will give you advice and tell you that it's the right thing to do. But today we're gonna be talking about emotions. So when we talk about emotions, we're simply speaking about what we're feeling. We could feel happy, we could feel sad, we could feel broken, we could feel excited. There are a lot of feelings. There are a lot of emotions. But sometimes um, sometimes they get on top of each other. Like, you're happy and then all of a sudden you're sad. Then all of a sudden you're excited for what's gonna happen. It's really tough to deal with emotions, especially if you're not the type of person who can control it. I for one have been through a lot of situations wherein I have been dealing with a lot of emotions altogether. You know, I've been dealing with problems. I've been dealing with a bunch of stuff, and then like I lose my focus all the time because I'm not focusing on what I should be focusing on. Now, emotions are really tough to handle. They can give you a hard time. They could really make you struggle. They could really provide a lot of stress for you. I wouldn't really be speaking about one specific emotion. I'll I'll be speaking about just dealing with it you know as a whole. Me, I've been struggling with dealing with the emotion of sadness, because sometimes I'm just sad, and like I don't want to be sad, but sometimes it's not in our control. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes we just go through a lot of stuff, and then it overwhelms us. uh in in the couple of years, in the 21, almost 22 years that I've lived, I've always struggled with emotions. Whether it be dealing with extreme sadness, or whether it be dealing with excitement. When I'm so excited for something, I can't sleep. Like, I'm so excited, I will think about that stuff for a long, long time. Even if it's far away. When it comes to sadness, like I take a lot of things seriously, and then when I feel sad, I'll be feeling sad for a long time. Um. So yeah, sometimes emotions can affect our decision making. Sometimes emotions really makes us can really make us struggle. I don't know how good the audio quality is, by the way. I'm just talking around here. But yeah, you know, sometimes it really takes control of you. Sometimes you go through stuff, you want to focus, but your emotions are, getting in front of it. It's really affecting you negatively. I don't really have any advice other than, speaking to a friend, having a support group. I think emotions really isn't something that y- you should deal with on your own. It's something that you should have people to talk to, especially if you're dealing with sadness. You know, y- it's easy to say that, yeah, I'll be fine, but it's another thing to actually do it. I've realized that I always deal with my problems on my own. I always I always face the adversities on my own. I always face the challenges on my own. And look at me now, I'm struggling. I'm struggling a lot. Sometimes you smile even though you're not happy. Sometimes you frown even though you're not really mad or something. Like emotions is really something hard to deal with, especially if it gets in the way of other things. For example, you're working and then your emotions start to get the best of you. It's not healthy anymore, which is why I suggest everyone to really have a support group. I'm not specifically saying that you find yourself some friends to talk to. Sometimes people may act like they care, but they don't really care. That's why it's good to really, it's not really quantity over quality. It's always quality. You may have like 100 friends, yet none of them really want to talk to you that way. It's better to have fewer friends, but fewer and more sincere ones, right? Um, this is just something that really popped in my head because I've really been having a hard time dealing with emotions. Like when I'm sad, I'm sad. I can't focus. So yeah, I suggest everyone to have a support group to talk to people and really share it to the people that are willing to listen and are willing to help you. You could help them as well, because it's very hard to deal with a problem on your own, especially if all the things you think are just negative stuff. If you think that you can solve a problem by dealing with it negatively, then you're not really solving the problem at all. You're listening to your own advice. And something that I've found out, yeah, by experience, is that those people who give the best advice can't are struggling as well. But the thing is, they're giving out great advice. And if you listen to it, it's really effective. But those same people need a support group as well. It's easy for them to say that, hey, I'll just tell myself to do this. But it's another thing to actually do it. Especially if you're used to being that person who guides others to the way, being that person who tells what other people should do. You will struggle to help yourself, because you will look for a person like that to treat you like that as well. You could be the best guy for advice, but nobody gives advice to you, and that's hard. You could say all you want that, hey, I've been telling people to do this, but you yourself, you want to hear it from others as well. That's why really dealing with emotions is tough. But I really really highly suggest that you guys should have a support group, people you can talk to, talk to about serious stuff, not just the fun ones, not just the sad ones, not just the happy ones, but your emotions in general, because it's hard to deal with emotions on your own. You need someone to talk to. And of course, I think I'll wrap it up right there. As you can see, it's just a very continuous video. That's what I plan with this. I don't plan on editing it whatsoever. I'll edit it if there are a few like dead air. I'll probably cut those parts out, but here it feels fine. So my policy here on Ned Talks is that I won't promote this video whatsoever. I won't ask people to view it. If they just stumble upon it, then go. That's it. Share it if you want. If you learn something, comment, dislike, like, anything would do. Subscribe, whatever. But always have a support group. That's all I can say. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for listening to this edition of Ned Talks. Bye bye.